Harika, and welcome back to Ishizue Karate. In today's video, we're going over foot strikes and kicks that you should be focusing on as a white belt. Now, when we say focus on as a white belt, we do not mean that you cannot watch ahead to learn the other strikes in the higher belt videos. All we're saying is that when it's time for promotions, that these are going to be the kicks and strikes that we're going to be looking for and testing you on for white belt. Now, before we get into all the strikes, we're going to talk about vertical chamber, which is going to be the starting point for all of these kicks today. So, go ahead and get into your fighting stance for me. Vertical chamber is where I take either my front leg or my back leg, make sure to practice with both. And all I'm going to do is bring my knee up to or past my belly button. I'm going to point my toes down to protect my toes. And also, by flexing, it's protecting my knee. Knee to toe alignment is straight up and down, and that's a vertical line. Chambering just means that from this position, my muscles are tight and I'm ready to attack. Tightens up the muscles and gets them ready. Builds up a bunch of potential energy to explode into kinetic energy. All right? So go ahead and practice that a couple times on each leg. And when you're ready, go ahead and hit play again, and we'll move on to the strikes. The first one we're going to be talking about is a push kick. Push kick, exactly like it sounds, is if they're too close to you, we take the flat of our hand, push them away, because we don't want them close to us. But now we're going to do that with our foot. What I'm hitting with my foot is from heel to the ball of my foot, trying to get it flat on his chest, whether it's high chest, sternum, or belly button, stomach area. I'm trying to push him away. All right? So we're going to come into a vertical chamber. I'm going to extend. Once I extend, I'm going to activate my hamstring, my quad, my glutes, thrusting my hips forward to push him away. Now, when I do thrust my hips forward, I'm going to try to keep my chest in line. I don't want to lean back, because the goal is to push him or knock him over, not myself. So hands stay up to protect those teeth. That way you guys can get that Colgate commercial. Knee up. Ooh, thank you for not following. Now, notice the two different ways I did that. First one, I follow through. Then the second one, I pull back. You can do either or, depending on what you want to do or how they react. Let's say they jump back, or we do connect and we push them back just a little bit. We can step through and follow up with punches or another kick, or they jump back. So let's back up a little bit. We're pretending that he jumped back. Okay? So you can push through and follow through and step forward, or pull it back to your fighting stance. That way you can keep distance. And that's the difference between defensive and offensive. So offense would be me chasing down, defense would be keeping that distance. Along with the keeping distance and the defensive part, let's pretend there's a wall behind me. And Lieutenant Dan's here fighting me. I'm blocking, I'm trying not to get hurt. I'm gonna place my hands on his chest or my elbows, and I'm going to push to get some distance. All right, I'm gonna get my foot set up, bring my knee up, and push kick. And we knocked him over. But push kick away to get some distance. That way I can circle out and get away from the wall, because you're not safe here. This is a scary place. It's fun if you put them on the wall, but you should not try to be on the wall. Now, when you're practicing this on your bag, in the air, with a partner, don't just practice with your back leg. Practice with that front leg. And then switch positions to the opposite stance. All right? Second kick we're going to be working on is a front kick. Front kick is different than a push kick. Push kick, we're trying to push. Front kick, we're trying to just snap and pull back like a punch. Now, before we do this, what I'm going to have you do is go ahead and place your foot on the ground, take your toes and point them back at yourself. This is going to push the ball of your foot out. Let's see if you can see that. And that's what we're striking with, is the ball of the foot. We're coming up whether it's in the liver, the stomach, the sternum, or if you can get your foot high enough, the chin. And we're not trying to push through, we're just trying to snap and pull back. All right, so I'm gonna get in a good stance, vertical chamber, point my toe, right when I get ready to attack, pull it back. Whew. Move. So as you can see, I'm not trying to push him back in a straight line, okay? I want to connect in, but at an upward angle. I want to kind of get that noise I was getting in the beginning. I want to lift him up. It's almost like an uppercut with your foot. So we're here, again, let's do the front foot. Point that toe back as you come up. All right, now notice, okay? Snapping. I snap forward, but I snap back. Because a mistake a lot of people make after they snap is they leave it. And they put their leg down slowly. This is going to give him a chance to catch my leg, go for a takedown. Put your foot back on the mat as quickly as you can. So snap, snap. Hands stay up. Protect those teeth. All right? Practice with your left foot forward, with your left foot and right foot, not just your back foot. Always practice the front foot as well. Switch stance to right foot forward and do the same thing. Practice that front foot and that back foot. Pull those toes back so they don't get caught and break. Next kick is going to be a teep. Now, I know what some of you people are thinking and probably typing right now. Teep is a Muay Thai technique, and yes, but it's very effective and good that we incorporate it into our style as well, into our curriculum. Because again, it's very effective, very beneficial, so why not learn it as well? All styles have something to offer. So, a teep is where you're taking the ball of your foot, we're thrusting forward like a push kick, and we're attacking the opposite hip. So my right foot would go across the body and hit his right hip. My left foot would go across the body and hit his left hip. Now, what hip do you attack? It's going to be whatever hip is in the front. So I angle Lieutenant Dan just a little bit to put his left hip forward to simulate that he's in a stance, left foot forward stance. And all I do is I vertical chamber up, okay? I'm going to push the ball of my foot towards his hip. I'm going to activate my glutes, my quad, my hamstring, just like a push kick, and thrust my hips forward. See how that spun him? Let's do it again. Because the goal is once we hit it that they kick back. A little bit exaggerated, but sometimes they do that. Sometimes they'll take a big step back. Other times they'll just do like a little one and they come here. And this gives you the opportunity to light them up, go for a takedown. All right, so we're here again. Bring that up, and he fell over. When you practice with a partner, or even on a punching bag, all right? Lieutenant Dan is pretty bottom heavy, so it's hard to spin him the way that would demonstrate it well. But when you practice on a bag, a hanging bag, your goal should be to hit it correctly to where the bag spins that direction that you just hit it. Remember to activate the quad, the hamstring, the glute, and then push your hamstring. Okay? That's what's going to activate it. Use the ball of your foot and push. If you have a partner, even better. Put it on their hip, and you should get them to open up. Okay? Whether it's like a little step like this or a big step. You should get that hip to want to go back behind them. All right? So again, T. Let's go ahead and move him to the opposite side. Because we're still in left foot forward. I can take my right foot that's in the back and come across. There we go, that was a good reaction. See how he turned towards me? That was perfect. So, with your partner, Left foot forward, practice with front and back foot. Switch stance, front and back foot. Ball the foot, bring it up, and push, okay? Hips forward, extend, activate your glutes, quad, hams. The last technique for the white belt kicks is going to be a side kick. Now there are multiple ways to throw a side kick, which we'll get into in our side kick video. But for today, we're just gonna go over basic vertical chamber and throwing it out there, all right? The other ones we'll go over again in the side kick video, so be sure to go through the playlist or videos and find that. Or I'll try to put a link up here or down below. So, side kick. Still bring up that vertical chamber, except now, watch my back foot. See how it's kind of pointed off to the side? All I'm gonna do is twist it out and try to get this knee in line with this hip. One more time, a little bit slower, boom. Now, it's not at a 40, it's not at a, mess that up. It's not at a vertical, it's more like a 45 degree, okay? Boom, vertical facing, 45 degree, extend. By pulling that in, that chambers that side kick more to extend in the area I want. By turning my foot out, this opens up my hips to get my foot here, okay? So I want these toes that I'm connecting with to face you guys. If I was kicking the other foot, I wanted to face the wall. But to get that, I need to open up my hips. So I have to turn out my bottom foot to get good alignment, all right? Now, that's one way where we can get the knee up. If you don't have time to do that, you can just bring this up and then just snap it out. We're not putting the knee as high into the hip. We're not going as deep as the 45. We do it just pretty quick. All right, so I know that one's a little bit harder to see. So here, boom, I'll go lower, and that way I can go slower. So up, quick twist and a quick extension. I don't tuck it into my hip as deep. Just kind of throw it out there. Ooh. Threw my whole body into it, which is good if you're trying to strike the knee, to put your body weight into it. It's almost like a small jump. Now, like I was saying with the knee, you can strike the knee, the core, the chest. If you're flexible enough, you can side kick the face. I am not warmed up enough for that, so we're not gonna try that today. But practice this with your front leg, your back leg, and just like with the push kick, okay? You can choose to snap it and pull it back, rechamber, however you want to phrase it, put it back where it was. Or you can choose to follow through, throw your entire body weight into it. It's all up to you, the situation you're in, and how they respond. All right? Practice left foot forward, front leg and back leg, right foot forward, front leg and back leg. All right, guys, so that's gonna do it for the kicks to focus on as a white belt. Now, take your time practicing these, all right? Left foot forward, front leg, back leg. Keep those hands up, protect them teeth, okay? If you guys have any questions, comment down below. I'll get back to you, or someone will get back to you as quickly as we can. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at Nishizue Karate, and we will see you guys in the next video. Domo arigato gozaimasu.